Hi everyone, it's Roberto with Berto's Bird Life here, and today we're here at the Rodeo Lagoon. I'm really excited to check this area out. Since I've been birding, I have not been birding out here in Marin County, California, where I currently am right now, and there's a plethora of hot spots for me to explore. So I chose Rodeo Lagoon because this is one of the best ones I've seen in the area that has a ton of birds. And yeah, so my plan right now is to follow this loop that goes around the entire lake here, and then eventually takes me back out to the ocean over here. So that is the plan. Let's see what kind of birds we can find. Rodeo Lagoon sits on the southwest corner of the Marin Headlands in central California. Apparently I made a really good call by choosing this spot because it did not take long for me to find a lot of really cool birds. All right, so it's only been 30 minutes and I've only gone from that table, those tables over there to right here. There's so much stuff here right now. The white crowned sparrows, are a ton of those. They let me get real close to them. And I got some really good footage of those sparrows. Found it really interesting how all but one was an immature bird. The immatures don't have their white crowns yet, only the adults do. So that was kind of neat. They usually get their white crowns after about a year. I also just got some footage of some purple finches, which I was also really stoked about because I'm seeing a lot of house finches here, and both the house and purple finch look remarkably similar. So I'm really stoked I got some footage of those. I even took a few pictures just because I tried to take as many pictures as possible of all the similar looking species, just because they get mistaken for each other so much. But man, this has been a great 30 minutes so far. All right, so I'm at this little trail that loops around the lake here, and there's a ton of stuff off to my left here on this hill in this coastal chaparral type scrub habitat, and there is a ton of birds in here. I'm seeing a lot of bush tits. There's a hermit thrush, some ruby crowned kinglets, even some wren tints in there that I haven't been able to get footage of. All right, so it is now raining. Not very hard. It's a very light drizzle right now, but enough for me to not feel comfortable using my camera right now to get some footage of birds because my camera is not waterproof like my binoculars are. Here's a rare exception where I had to find a way to make my camera work because I just found a Cooper's hawk. It is right in front of me, across the street, perched on this telephone pole. And they're generally pretty inconspicuous hawks. So I just kind of tucked myself underneath this small tree right here and then was able to really mitigate the amount of drizzle coming onto my camera. So, according to birdsoftheworld.org, finding a Cooper's hawk is typically a matter of keeping your eyes peeled. They are common, but stealthy and smaller than other common hawks, like the red-tailed. Hey, look at that, it stopped raining. and that's where I just was. All right, so this trail's pretty cool. It started to go uphill, and it took me up to this beautiful view of the lagoon here right behind me. So that's pretty sweet. And then now it's taking me towards the ocean. All right, Rodeo Beach has been pretty fun. It's a very tiny little beach, but there's a nice stretch of coastline here that yielded a few coastal species. Get some really nice footage of these surf scoters, which I'm pretty stoked about. They're just hanging out in the ocean and came closer and closer to shore, and then I got to see them diving. They eat things like shellfish at the coastlines. That was pretty neat. I love how much the males just look like little clowns. And then there's some other things. There's a black phoebe hanging out, some western gulls, and some Brandt's cormorants that I got footage of. That was fun. But so far, this has been a pretty good morning. After taking a stroll along Rodeo Beach, I decided to look for a new spot to go birding in the Marin Headlands. All right, I'm now at the Upper Fisherman's Trailhead, taking this all the way down to Black Sands Beach. So let's see what birds we can find this time. I walked down this beautiful steep trail that led me out to the beach. While on the way, I saw many of the same species as I saw at the lagoon, including a ruby-crowned kinglet, a bewick's wren, and a hermit thrush. I also finally got some footage of a wren tit, even though it was only a few seconds. I did also get to see a blue-gray gnatcatcher. Once I made it down to the beach, I continued to make some interesting finds. A group of Brandt's cormorants hanging out on these rocks with a western gull, and a double-crested cormorant is right next to the Brandt's cormorants. The double-crested is an immature individual, so it's got a lot of brown and light on its chest and neck. All right, I just got another really neat side-by-side comparison. These rocks over behind me this way have a bunch of cormorants on them as well, and they have both pelagic and Brandt's cormorants. While both species are present year-round on the west coast of California, the pelagic cormorant is much smaller and has a very thin, dark bill. The Brandt's cormorant is much larger, with pale feathering on the chin or gape of the mouth, almost appearing yellow. Can you tell how many of these individuals are pelagic versus Brandt's? Let me know in the comments. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up right there. There definitely no shortage of birds here in the Marin Headlands, and I would highly recommend checking out this area. There's tons of hot spots and so many birds out here. So thanks for watching on Birdo's Bird Life. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.